So what is going on, everybody? This is your boy Yao. Welcome to the Citadel. I ain't got time for all the pleasantry, so I'm gonna bring everybody on. All right, so we got JoJo in the building. We have Really VTV in the building. We have Simply Sakina. We have Giving You the Real Tea. We have Busy Blue. And unfortunately, Scotty cannot make it tonight. But I think I found somebody that can help us carry this thing. So everyone, I mean, he's been on the Beverly Hills version, but let's welcome JB Says What to the Atlanta version of the Whether You Like It or Not panel. So how is everyone doing this evening?
We good.
Yeah, welcome, JB.
Hey.
Thank you.
All right. So before we get into the thick of it all, I do want to say that, like I said, this is a family over here. This is a community. And just as we support everybody up here, we do support our own. Let me see. Now I had it queued up and now I can't find it. See, look, I'm tired, y'all. Y'all got to forgive me. Where is it? Did I take it down? See, I can't even find it. But I do have it pinned. So, oh, wait. Oh, hold on, wait. There it is. Found it. Haha. It's been a while. So Catherine, one of our own, she like I said, is in a contest for favorite chef. I actually have the link pinned. Now make sure y'all go to it when the video is over. We need y'all to stay here. We need them numbers though. But please make sure you go and support, like I said, like this is what we do. We support each other, not just on the panel, but also outside, and even y'all who are faithful watchers and subscribers and supporters of us. So with all of that out the way,
wait, how we know her food is good? I haven't tried it. I'm not saying it's bad. I'm just asking the question. I told myself, I'm in y'all's house. I'm gonna shut up the whole time. Never mind, y'all. Y'all vote the lady food, iconic meals, things you've never seen before.
I cannot. Okay. I'm gonna do my best to be on my best behavior tonight. I don't know how long that's going.
I promise I'm gonna shut up. Let me put myself on mute.
Actually, it's not gonna last long because as we get further into this episode, I'm probably gonna become more and more unhinged. But before we get into this episode, as we're waiting for everybody to come on in the room, on a scale of 1 to 10, how would everybody rate last night's episode, starting with Josiah?
What was the question?
On a scale of 1 to 10, how would you rate last night's season finale of Real Housewives of Atlanta?
Oh wow. I didn't enjoy it. Like it was a really tough episode. So I'll give it like a 6.
Really, B?
It was a tough episode, girl.
Don't you start it.
I guess maybe a 6 or 7. I mean, I feel like we were waiting for this episode, but
Okay, JB.
I would say 5, honestly.
5. All right. Busy.
I'm ready to know what JB watched. I'm trying to give it an 8. First of all, where's the energy? Second of all, I'm giving it an 8 because it gave me story. It gave me people's pains, and I love that. So it was a lot that was going on. I'm going to give it a solid 8.
Okay, Sakina.
I was gonna say a 7. It wasn't like bad, but it just was like the end was crazy.
All right, and Terrence.
Now, T, you love Peen. So what did you say about it being shown on TV? No.
Okay, so anyway, let's go ahead and get into the thick of it all. So we start. So I'm gonna try to give like the big points of the scenes, and then we just gonna talk. So we get Angela and Shamia. They talk about moving forward, new beginnings. Brett enters. Shamia wants to get to the bottom of Brett's outburst. Angela says that she got backlash from the venue. because they were being projected. Britt felt that she was being cut off because Shamia actually offered that, but felt she was being cut off and disrespected. I don't know how. Angela claims that, she asked that last question, so that was hers. Britt doesn't want anyone to feel that she was trying to intimidate or threaten Kenya. I put in my note, production told her that because I don't believe it. I'm blaming production for everything. This is where me and Really be going to fight later, but I blame production on everything. And she's going to make a conscious effort to do better and walk it back. Shamia asked Angela if what Charles said about what Portia said. She said she just let it go for now. What y'all got?
I just think that just proved that she knew exactly what she said. And honestly, I don't really have nothing for the rest of it.
Okay.
I just feel like Britt apologized because somebody got in her ear, whether it be her husband or production. So it's like, I really don't feel like it's sincere, but because she apologized so many times throughout the episode and the different scenes, it was like that looked like like she was taking accountability. So I guess to like production or like the public, it'll soften up the situation because she took full ownership. But I think that it was only because somebody told her, like, hey girl, that's not a good look. You need to backtrack with that. Yeah.
Okay.
I got two opinions. When it comes to Britt, I think, like Sakina said, I think production got in her ear, number one. And then also in this scene, it showed how messy Angela is, since she the one that came up with that question in the first place. It's like, oh, so you sat there and let Britt take all the heat for this, but it was your ass that wrote the fucking question. You should have said something in that moment when Kenya was going back and forth with her. I think if Angela had said, y'all, that was my messy ass, it would have ended it right there, because Britt was looking for a moment, saw it, and you just let it keep going on and on and on.
Okay, and really quickly, before anyone says it, I am aware that we started this show with a super chat. I'm going to wait till we get to that scene to bring it up. I'm trying to just make sure that everything is nice and, congruent and, chronological. I just want to say that. Anybody else busy? I mean, you want to say anything about Angela, Shamia, and Britt?
No, I want to say about y'all blackies. This is where my problem comes in. I can't watch this show anymore because everybody think they are a showrunner and producer. it really is starting to bother me, because I came to see this show as a reality show, and everybody a producer. The producers told her to do it. No, somebody in the background, a showrunner must have said, no, we got to do it. I can't watch this show no more, and I can't review it anymore. Y'all making it unbearable, because everybody think no one is actually showing their reality, and everything is produced. The producer must have told Kenya to do. Oh, the producer told Britt that she needs to. Somebody sat her down. Y'all get out of here. So what part is real? Who is living their life? If the producers are doing everything, I'm getting y'all blackies making it very hard for me.
Wow.
Ooh, we starting to show off early with delusion, aren't we?
Delusion, but the producer told me to say that. I'm just doing what the producer said. I'm just doing what the producer said.
So busy. The reason that I say this, like I said, I know we all have been watching reality television for a while. On some of these shows, especially the Housewives shows, they tend to have a producer assigned to them for the most part. And I'm pretty sure in them watching the footage back, because Kenya, I forget where, had said she went to production and they kind of shot her down. I'm pretty sure that was their way of trying to get ahead of it. And the reason I say that is, if you really felt bad on some real, you would have found a way to get in contact with that woman.
You would have, but also
issue
this is
the
the
apology.
only show that I hear. I watch Salt Lake City. I only hear the people talk about production when it comes to Potomac and Roa. I don't hear the girls bring this up on the other franchises. Only y'all Be like, it's production, it's production, it's production, it's production.
Well, that's not true because we do it when we review Beverly Hills. We talk about production.
Oh,
I
so
feel like it's
it
not
stays
as
with y'all.
prominent.
We did it last week with
I
Beverly
feel like
Hills
it's
because
not as prominent.
Absolutely.
But that's my biggest issue with production because y'all pandered and catered to stickly face ass Brett with her horrendous ass than what you did to a person that's been on your show since season 5.
And
Like
getting
y'all went through
views,
all of that to just turn out to be liars. Because she did threaten Kenya. She did say that there was a pow pow. She kept repeating the shit, and y'all tried to gaslight Kenya and act like Kenya ain't heard what the fuck she heard. Now here we are, we're seeing it for what it is. And don't get me wrong, was Kenya messed up? Only because of the time about which she did it. And
So
at the
yes or
place
no?
she
Say
did it
yes
at.
or no. Was
We're
she messed
going.
up? Yes or
We're
no?
busy. We're going to get there. I don't want us to be redundant and beat a dead horse 50 times before we actually get there. So we gonna get there. Okay. All right. Praise God. Praise the Lord. What I do want to say, like I say, I feel production got in her ear. I'm just saying, like, if you really felt bad, because even like, because there was a clip circulated, I don't know why I didn't save it, of her in her Uber or ride whatever vehicle in the back with her husband immediately after that scene was filmed, still going off talking cash money.
Mm-hmm.
And then within real time of when that happened, if I'm not mistaken, even posted something saying that she didn't say she didn't do, and her not being credible. So what I'm saying is, if you truly didn't get enough sleep and you truly felt away, then when I say reached out, could have went on Instagram. You could have been like, hey, Cindy, I know you good friends with her. I know she gonna cuss you out, but can you put me on 3-way with her so I can just at least say it? And I also want to bring this up. Hold on, let me find it. Because there was when she was trying to make it seem like she was crying. I want y'all to watch. You can clearly see she had a smirk from ear to ear, and somebody caught it.
Wow.
She meant that. But again, that's my opinion. I felt like she meant that you wanted to have a moment. You wanted to have this scene. You wanted it with Kenya. And now you got it.
Right. And now everybody wanna woo 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 Brittany. Girl, bye. You better be glad it won't me, Britt. That's all I'm gonna say.
Now
let you walk.
But I seen most of the comments defending Kenya still.
Mm-hmm. That's what I was gonna say. I feel like that's how I feel.
Now, I did want to mention two things. First thing is I want to commend Shamia and Angela for not carrying they little tiff past where we were. Like, okay, like I said, old school housewife, y'all have an argument, it lasts 2, maybe 3, 4 is pushing it, and now we on to something else, and we're gonna let somebody else drudge up something. So I can appreciate that, welcome her into her home and whatnot. Now, Shamia, when you ask Angela if Angela asked Charles about what Portia said, that was messy, but trying to keep this story going. And I agree with really be from last night of her live. Angela got way too many storylines and way too many lies going on, but we're going to get there in a minute. But she said she let it go just for you to bring it to his attention and for him to breathe both you and Portia ass down. I just wanted to throw that out there. So.
And we definitely have a Portia versus Angela coming down later in the season. I'm excited for that.
We do? I didn't watch the previews.
Well, no, I just feel it. I feel like it's going to be Portia versus Angela.
Oh, okay.
Later. Yeah.
Yeah, a producer said that.
Oh, I can't wait to see it. All right, so now we get to Kenya at her hair spa. Portia is there, and again, for what it's worth, we're not gonna see much of it, but I'm enjoying seeing them try this again. I don't know if this is the second or the third time they didn't try to get on the good foot, but it's nice to see. Kelly shows up and the girls joke about fighting and security. I enjoyed that, especially because we know that somebody got drugged by their hair and all this other stuff. You know, Kenya got security present. Kelly got her security outside. Portia said, I'm my own security. It was nice. It was fun. It was cool. And then we see Kenya bring in models for the opening. I don't think none of them got picked for the actual show, but that's not my business.
Me either.
Portia asked if she invited all the girls. Kenya says, I haven't uninvited anyone. They talk about the night before. Kelly says she did not hear the pistol comment, and Portia feels that she needs to get to the bottom of it because she don't want to choose a side. Kelly, you a lying ass floozy because you were standing right there when she said all of it, but we're going to get there. And Kenya claims that she has a lot to lose. But baby, you did what you did at the end. Again, I ain't mad that you did it. It was the location and the time. You should have did that in another episode when it was just you and the girls having a ponderosa, but whatever. Kenya speaks about the display, and Kelly says that she is not that person, though we clearly saw something different. You've known her for less than 2 years, so you're trying to talk to her character when you really don't know her. And it was in this moment that I'm like, okay, you full of it. Especially when you standing right there and you trying to say this not her, and you see that she's clearly going off the rails, threatening somebody. I'm just saying we ain't even do this right now. And then Kenya says she gonna do her due diligence and run a background check. I'm gonna let Busy go first. What you got, sir?
I'm just taking in what you said. I have no thoughts. I have no notes. I'm just taking in what you said.
Okay, just to start off, I think that Kenya Salon is beautiful. I don't know if y'all know this, but the color purple is one of my favorite colors of all time. And I love the movie The Color Purple.
How would we have noticed that? Like, what do you mean? I'm not sure if you've noticed. Where's purple right now? Like, how would we have noticed that?
Shut up! But anyways, yeah, so her salon was so beautiful. Like, I really did, enjoy the salon. And is it me, or I just feel like that Portia, like, it's just so weird not seeing Portia film in her house. Like, she's giving friend of this season. Just
I haven't even thought about it.
Girls, and
I'm about to say, I ain't even thought about it.
You could have made Portia a friend of the show.
Andrew.
I think I don't think about it because I don't even know why I don't think about it. Hold on.
Yeah.
But now that you say it, it's weird because we haven't seen like intimate scenes with her at the house with PJ and stuff like that. So damn, you're right.
She can't. The Silverback had a bar. Fucker, that's what she get.
She's experiencing homelessness at the moment. So
right. And I don't feel bad.
There's no place to film.
She's unhoused. That's the correct term now.
She's unhoused.
I'm like, that's the same thing, y'all, but respectfully.
I'm sorry. And I said I wasn't going to say anything, but somebody has to say it.
We knew that was a lie when you said that, so.
You also could have stayed on mute. I thought we was on the same team with Blue. We texted about this earlier. But first of all, I love Kelly as a person. Even if I only know you 2 years, girl, I just started knowing you. So that's my girl. I can also say I've never seen you act that way, even if it's a short period of time.
Wait, do you know her personally? I'm confused.
Do I know her personally?
Yes.
Whom?
Kelly.
Oh, Kelly, no, Kelly. I'm speaking for myself. Like, if me and you went out and you started acting a fool, I would also be like, girl, I ain't never seen you act like that. And I've been around her for at least 3-4 years. I ain't never seen the girl do no. I'm surprised she flipped the table.
Yeah, I agree. I think 2 years is long enough for somebody to be able to say, I've never seen them do like that, and I don't think that's who they are because I've never seen that. I just think 2 years is long enough to say that.
I'm gonna have to clap back on that.
Because then that's fine. But I agree with Teen Twirl when she said, don't tell me how I'm supposed to feel and don't tell me what she did to me. Because I agree with Teen Twirl. Whether or not Kelly didn't know that or not, Kelly also saw that bitch was stone cold crazy off her damn rocker. She's a lunatic.
Kelly told her she was doing too much. Kelly told her she was doing too much. But I think what Kelly was saying, and I'm just speaking, but I think what Kelly was saying was, I know she acted a fool that night, but that is not who I've known her to be. That's not who she normally is. That's how I took that comment. I agree. Kenya has every right to feel how she feels. I'm not saying that. But that's how I took what she was saying. That's how I took it. So
I get it, but it wasn't just that night. She been acting off her rocker since the camera started rolling.
As far as the threats and stuff.
The problem with the threats is Kelly was standing right there beside Britt. Every time that girl kept mentioning the pistol, every time she said that word, Britt and Kelly were right by each other. So for Kelly to sit there and say, I didn't hear her say it, that's a damn lie.
It may be a damn lie, but it's a girlfriend. Girl, I didn't hear nothing about that. She said what? You said she said what? It may be a
Renee,
little
say
hard,
it for
but
the
she is
people
a
in the
good
back.
friend.
And it's
Yeah, now that
obvious
was a
Kelly
lie.
didn't know her that damn well, because now they shading each other on social media. They ain't even friends no more.
Exactly.
So
Nope,
it's just
sure
like, I
not.
hear what y'all are saying, but eh.
Okay,
You can't even
so
respond to that, T. That's so frustrating. I hear what y'all saying, but yeah.
here
What
goes.
are you supposed to say back?
This is the scene that I just don't know how to feel about, because it was so much at one time, and I'm not saying, Angela, that ain't none of this happening in your real life, baby.
Wow.
But what I'm about to say is, I feel like you just throwing everything at the wall to see what's gonna stick. And quiet as it's kept, loud as it is, you got enough to give us 4 seasons worth of stuff. You just
And the
gotta
story we really
taste
care
this.
about is the story we really care about is, where is Charles sleeping every night? That's the story we care about. We don't care about none of the rest of this shit.
And another story I care about is, why the hell your daughter ain't got her own damn car? I
How
really
about
want to
that?
know that.
How about that?
So we about to get into the thick of it. So we find out that Amari lost her father due to, being, taken out, going on the glory. Uh, Amari wants to know why her grandmother isn't there so they can put their issues on the table. Grandma said no. She went to grandma's house. Now again, right here is where I ain't getting all the story, and when you ain't giving me all the story, I got to side eye you, because
Right.
you went to grandma to use grandma's car, and she said that you got for her, baby. It's a gift. So however she chooses to use it, baby, it's a gift. I'm gonna need you to walk that back, calm the fuck down. Because if she ever gave you anything, it's a gift. Okay, praise God. And then said they wanted money. You ain't specify if they wanted you to put gas in the tank, if the last time it was a fender bender, or if they got you on insurance. And you not giving context. Plus, at the same exact time, baby, you could have just ordered a Uber, a Lyft, could have hailed a taxi. And we come to find out that you married in the bed. And again, I said husband last night. People been saying that she married to a woman. So whomever your spouse is, why you ain't called your spouse? We gonna get there. So then the aunt called her a demon and cursed at her. Now right there, me and the aunt would have just went there, but ain't my business. She didn't expect that because she has helped them with the bills. Debatable. So the house was paid for by Angela. Now her daughter lived there and then moved out. Now Angela, why she wasn't living with you? Is there an issue with your children living with you and Charles? I want to know that. I'm just saying, and ma'am, if you got money to help on bills and whatnot, I mean, again, Yarrell, stop. No. Anyway, Amari feels that she shouldn't support them any longer. You going a little too far. I get it, but stay in your lane. I do appreciate her trying to come to her daughter's defense, because it's, well, my mom has bipolar, this, that, and third. She's trying to, come for her mom, but still trying to do right by her daughter. Whatever. Next thing we know, now she mad at her because she ain't told her about getting married. Been married for 4 months. Grandma done told her, and then now all of a sudden, Amari does the Darvo where is she's getting defensive, want to attack, want to reverse it, want to sit here and gaslight her, make her feel away like it's not finna be a gang up on me day, baby. Who the hell ganging up on you? Whatever. So Angela just let it go, and because she didn't got guilt tripped. You a new kind of fool if I ain't never seen one. They let it go, and I just put in my notes why she living with the grandma, why she wasn't living with her mama or her spouse. Y'all can go.
The only thing I got to say about that is, no, Amari out of line. I don't give a damn. That's your grandmama and that's your auntie. And I'm more than sure after you probably went back and forth with your grandmama, that's probably when the AT came and said that you ain't nothing more than the devil's daughter.
Who a
You need to
lesbian?
get your damn life somewhere. Like, nah, I don't agree with that by any means. She was way out of line. You coming in there mad at this lady because she don't want you to use her car, like, and all of the rest of this, and because of that, now your needy ass want to go and tell tell your mama they too needy and they piss me off, so you shouldn't take care of them no more. Like Amiri, whatever her name was, she was way out of line. She was way out of pocket. She gives brat. And I really feel like a lot of what she got going on around there, she calls it on her damn self. That's honestly how I feel. That's why I say, Angela, keep your sorry ass family off this damn show. We only want to see you and Charles, because Charles got your ass all the way together. You and Portia. I'm fine with it just being y'all two. We don't need to see your family no more. That daughter was out of line. I'm sorry, y'all real. That daughter was out of line. Because if that was my mama and she talked to Joy Sam like that, I'd have wrangled her damn neck. Like, I don't play when it comes to that. That's your grandmama. Relax with all of that. She gives spoiled. And I ain't with that.
Arabella, how's you funny?
Yeah, like she does. And you can tell, like, Angela always gave her everything that she wanted. And I just feel like that she just felt entitled at that moment.
Very entitled. I agree. She comes off
very values. That is what it's given.
So,
yeah, I said the same thing. You talking about you making it seem like they was wrong. First of all, you went to go borrow their car, and I didn't like how she was like, the car that you bought. It don't matter. It doesn't matter who bought it. Once I give it as a gift, it belongs to you. So that is the grandmother's car. So you went over there to borrow your grandmother's car, and she had every right to charge you if she wanted to charge you. And there's some context there that I think we're missing as well.
Mm-hmm.
Do you always bring the car back on E? Do you be getting flat tires and shit? Is there dents and shit in the car when you bring it back? Like, there are reasons. I don't think that out of nowhere they just was like, oh yeah, we're gonna need you to give us $100. I just think I'm with you, T. I think when the grandmother might have said something and she got smart with the grandmother, and then Auntie jumped in because that's her mama, and you ain't gonna talk to her mama crazy. And I definitely think there are parts of that story that's being left out. And then, ma'am, you got married. You had a whole wedding, and it again, I get it. People elope, things happen, but you're not gonna turn this around and act like Angela was wrong for feeling some kind of way that her daughter went and got married without telling her. And then your response was, "Well, how did you find out anyway?" Then come to find out, Grandma was the one that told Angela. So Grandma knew you were married. So Angela is the only one that didn't know. So now that makes me wonder why you keeping secrets from your mama. How your grandmama know that you went out and got married, but your mama don't know? It's a lot to this story. And that's why I said earlier, Angela is the one we need to be keeping an eye on. She's giving me Mia season 1, honey.
Yes.
You must know how to act.
Right. Trying to put pieces together.
I'm gonna say we definitely have recognized that there has been some holes in this whole situation. However, the way she was crying and her daughter started crying, I feel like the storyline is real. It's just
it's real. They just leaving parts out.
Yeah,
because I even think that goes deeper than that goes deeper than I'm upset that you didn't tell me. There's a reason why. Like I said, Grandma knew, but Angela didn't know. She didn't know for 4 months. And then it wasn't even like she found out because she finally sat down and told her. She found out through the family grapevine. So
and that was another thing that got me about her. It's like you trying to come to complain about your mama about what they did to you, but you didn't even invite your mama to your damn wedding. And maybe since you brought that up, really B, and since Gabrielle brought up that maybe she's married to a woman, maybe that's why she didn't tell her mama. Maybe her mama would have had an issue with that.
Lesbian.
Yeah, maybe her mama would have took issue with that. Not so much that she's a lesbian, but the getting married part. That's what will hang up a lot of people, because they quick with that. I mean, I don't mind you doing whatever, but marriage, you know what I mean? So maybe that could be another reason why everybody else knew other than her.
And again, that lets you know that the story runs deeper. It's just a deeper story there, I think.
Hopefully we get to unpack more once the season move along.
Okay, but JoJo, she already got 15 different storylines going concurrently at the same damn time, sir.
She do.
Well, you know,
She's
like
really
Cynthia
bipolar
Bailey
about
in
her
season
mama.
3, she's just trying to fit her way in. Well, it took Cynthia 3 or 4, 5, 6 seasons to, you know.
I was going to say, did Cynthia ever fit her way in? I mean, I'm just saying.
Damn, y'all doing
I'm
silly.
You didn't
going.
have to be honest like
I'm
this.
gonna let y'all have it.
Can we
I'm
be
gonna let
honest?
y'all have it.
Let's have an honest conversation, as Carlos would say. Let's have an honest conversation. Cynthia ass stayed around as long as she did because of Peter, because of Paulina.
In the beginning, you want to have an honest conversation? Let's talk, sis. In the beginning, that's what it was about. But Cynthia gave us stories. She gave us friendship. She never
was
waited for her
a
how
good
she felt. She flip flopped. She went to whomever. Cynthia told us what was going on with her life. She fell in love. Then she got divorced. She didn't know what was going on. She didn't know how she was going to move her daughter somewhere. She gave y'all everything y'all needed. Something these girls aren't doing now. Something these girls aren't
Now,
doing
so
now.
hold on.
Y'all asking for, can we get more from Angela? And you still not pleased. Cynthia gave you everything that you needed, girl. You better pipe down, sis. And she come up with another wig that's tacky. I'm gonna watch.
Now wait, Busy. Now, didn't you say on our promo video that Cynthia was the least person that you were excited to see?
Definitely, but not because I want her to just relax and live life. I always felt like, didn't
You better
Cynthia
clock
have
it.
enough
You better
money
clock it,
and putting
JoJo.
things
You
together
better clock
where she
it.
can
Okay,
just
you
live
remember.
life? I want her to just live life. She went through 2
Mhm.
divorces on the show. I don't even know why she married that last man. I just want her to be at that lake house and just be happy and living life. That's what it's really what I want for Cynthia. I love her so much that I don't want her by these cameras. Go to your lake and just chill, sis. You and your lesbian daughter, y'all chill. And get
Right.
off
And
her
be glad that
camera.
Mike didn't come for that damn lake house, girl. You see how ruthless these niggas are these days.
That's
Oh,
true.
Cynthia.
Enjoy
Oh, wait
your
a minute.
lake house, girl.
Cynthia had a prenup. Please know
You-
Cynthia had a prenup.
Listen, you
Please
seen
know.
how Mary J. Blige ex-husband married, torn and all, tied as hell.
Child, if I was married, I'd be a
Now,
lesbian.
and I just want to do a quick
She really be
tangent
tired as fuck. She
because
be taking breaks.
Terrence, I have a question.
What?
Baby, like y'all sing the words.
Didn't Gregory last night on the reunion
Oh God.
allude to possibly saying that he could have taken Quad for what she had, that type of ninja?
He did.
Probably,
He did,
but so what?
but
She
he
used.
couldn't have taken her for
I don't
shit.
blame her.
No, that's not true. He could have. And the way Dr. Heavily always shared it, she took his money and her money and put it into a savings account. Now,
But for
if
the
he wanted
majority, but
to,
for the majority of them, but what I'm saying, for the majority of their marriage,
yeah.
he made more money than her. It wasn't until the last couple of years because even her first maybe 2 seasons on Housewives, she wasn't making more money than him. Because them starting off, she wasn't even a main character the first season she was on Housewives.
He could have got that
So
money.
for the majority of their marriage, he was the breadwinner. They didn't have any kids together. That house might have been the only thing, and he couldn't have took child. You keep listening to Gregory ass. He couldn't have took her for shit.
I'm not listening to him. I'm listening to Dr. Happily. But
No,
No, but
but
Dr.
definitely
Heavily
could have
said was
taken
that Quad that he paid the bills and Quad stacked her money. That has nothing to do with a divorce. They're not gonna say, oh, well, she did a good job of saving money, so he should have some. No, they're gonna look at who was the breadwinner. They didn't have any kids. I mean, and if anything, Quad might have been able to go after him for spousal support.
That's true. She didn't need it because she already took all of the money. I'm sorry. She pulled what's Drew's husband? Oh, Ralph.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I'm gonna send you back the same documents that you already have.
I was just bringing it up to where what I believe Tara's trying to say is men these days are getting to the point where they're just being nasty to be nasty and want to sit here and take from a woman for no other reason but to see her crippled and disheveled and y'all needs to woke up out her slumber. She's slowly making her way over here. So anyway, we get Britt and Portia. They rehashed the event. If y'all know our real monsters, y'all know what I mean. Portia was shocked that they even had beef, which we all are. It was a one-sided beef. Britt thought that they were cool, but feels that Kenya puts on fronts in front of the group, and it's always a tone. Portia says that the group felt Kenya was not being shady about the ring comment because that came up. She felt that Britt came with a preconceived notion, but is mad because she met a different Kenya than who she thought that she was going to meet because she was trying to pull something out of her. Portia brings up the gun of it all because she wanted to hear from her mouth, and Britt tries to explain away the comment, but fesses up about bringing up a pistol and and apologizing to Kenya. She wants to do that, and she says that she was wrong. Whoever wants to go.
I would definitely applaud Portia for showing up for Kenya in this scene. I felt like, bitch, not me agreeing with every piece of word that's coming out of Portia's mouth. I was in awe, you know what I'm saying? And yeah, I just like the fact that she also was clocking Britt's bullshit. Like, girl,
Yeah.
nobody even knew y'all had beef. Nobody knew that.
Yeah.
And
I agree with you.
Oh, go ahead.
No, I thought I'm my bad, boo. I thought you were done.
Yeah, it's just I'm sorry. I ate an edible and it hit, so
Oh Lord.
there's
No, I
that.
was just saying I agree with everything you just said. I think Portia did a really good job of trying to tell Britt without being rude. Girl, Kenya wasn't even thinking about you like that, and you did too much.
Mhm.
I think she was real nice about it, and when she said, "I think you showed it with some preconceived notions." When she said, "Girl, nobody else in the group thought Kenya was being shady," like I think she really did I think she was as politically correct as she could have been in trying to have that conversation with with having that conversation with her. I mean, unfortunately, it just fell on deaf ears because Britt was just determined to have a problem with Kenya. But I agree with you. I agree with you in that moment. I think that was a really good conversation that she was trying to have. They got vegan edibles.
Yeah, yes, bro. It's a gummy. Mm-hmm.
But gummies have
here we go.
gelatin in it.
Nah, it's vegan.
Send me the link so I can order some.
Okay.
Y'all always hating on me. I just can't.
So I will say in this thing, it was interesting to see Portia.
I wasn't hating. I didn't know. You know, I don't do the edibles, so I didn't know that they had vegan ones. I don't know. I mean, only time I do the edibles is when people, give me one, then I'd be like, oh, okay. But I don't do the edibles.
These they like little gummies.
We don't get paid for that. Put them down.
Plant-based.
Plant-based more than one way, huh?
Okay.
Not air edibles.
JB, you were saying something. What were you saying?
So yeah, it's interesting that Portia is the voice of reason with Britt, who is still about none of this shit that Britt is saying about this apology. I think it's bullshit. And I also think her having this issue with Kenya is bullshit. You were mad at Kenya because she clocked your ring. Like, girl, you don't have a wedding band on. That's all Kenya said was you don't have a damn wedding band on. And Britt took that and ran with it. I think Britt studied this show and she was like, oh, to get some kind of like Cousin It last season, you was looking for a storyline and you was looking for somebody to come at, and it was Kenya.
Yeah, I think somebody said damage control. She was definitely doing damage control this episode. Oh Lord, look at busy face.
You got something you want to say? Yeah,
go ahead.
I'm trying my best to refrain. I'm taking notes from the comment section from our last video. But for Rocky Balboa, Mike Tyson, to come in to the scene and be like, I think you went overboard. You the one who dragging people off the stage in your ball out? You the one at the Christmas party who was running in the parking lot to beat up your assistant? You the one doing elderly abuse to somebody else? I just felt like you saying blocks and glocks and dots was just too much. You the one who put hands on people? I did too much by saying something. Girl, you are not the messenger. I'm sorry. I see y'all giving Portia grace. She was so politically correct. Don't bring nobody to me who's still behind bars trying to talk to me about whether or not I did too much for saying something. Girl, how about, don't you have a photo? Don't you got of the rest of Kenya. Don't you say nothing to me.
I get what you're saying, but at the same time, I feel like she still was vouching for Kenya. Like Kenya needed that.
Stand his ass.
She needed that vouching.
You're rocking, sopping, robot, everybody. And then you have the nerve because I said that I possibly have something. Now you're like, oh, I just feel like you took it away too far. Oh, was it too far when you drunk her down to the floor like this? Oh my God, I'm so was that too far? Girl, you don't have a leg to stand on.
I
was gonna say, don't talk to me.
Just say what you gotta say.
Listen, no, I was gonna say, and when was the last time she got in the fight? But then I forgot that Portia Family Matters stuff. So I ain't got nothing to say. I'm like, she ain't got to do a fight.
But in Portia's
down the alley in season 8.
In Portia's defense, she ain't come up here and threaten nobody with no pow.
Exactly.
And
she beat her up. She literally physically beat her up.
She used her hands. She didn't get up here and say, "Oh, it don't matter. I got something backstage that'll hold that bitch." So I mean, I get it. But at the same, I don't take up for Portia. I don't like her ass.
Apparently so.
But I am gonna be. We got to be real here. Like, I mean, it's not as if she did that, but she never threatened her with no firearm.
Because she gonna put her hands in. You remember that confessional? Sherry was like, why are they shocked or surprised or worried about if she should come on the trip or not? Boy, she gonna beat you up. She gonna do it here in Atlanta. She gonna fight you. That lady will put hands on you. And y'all sitting here and it hurt the nerve of anyone. Her sitting down in front of me saying this went too low. It was like how offended she felt when Nene came to her and said, you just can't do that. You can't treat people. You can't put your hands on her. And Portia said back to her, did you choke him? Girl, you are not the girl to talk to me about this.
And I was going to bring that up too, so I'm glad that you said that, because at the end of the day, if Portia would have... Okay, never mind. Hold on.
Girl, camera off. Edible on, camera off.
Okay, so we get a scene that I feel was real quick.
I hate Busy so much.
It is, and I'm gonna let Tara's go off because this was Tara's favorite part. So Angela brings up the tea from that Portia drop. So you said in the very beginning scene you was gonna let it go, but now you coming to him with the bull. And Charles says, I'm gonna just keep it simple. Like, she better stay in her lane and you need to handle her. I'm gonna let Terrence give y'all all the theatrics in a second. She brings up her issue.
These names that they're coming up for Sakina.
I ain't got no theatrics. I was just here for him reading Portia down. And the only thing that got me with Angela was she was trying to stop him. And I said, why is you stopping him? Let him cook. You brought it up to him already knowing what he was going to do. So already knowing what he's going to do and how he is, you bring it up on camera. Oh, no, but don't shush him. Let him cook. Because I agree with every damn thing he said.
Charles,
that's just honestly how I feel. Like, Angela, to be honest, he makes you interested. We honestly don't have to have you. Let Charles be with the ladies because he know how to bring them down to the ground.
Wait, what?
Oh my God.
I said the same thing. And listen, at the end of the day, girl, that man don't like you. Like, he just don't.
Dang, y'all, why
embarrasses you.
Wait, but really be, I'm gonna say this though to your comment. At least he's not Cordell Stewart, because we know he couldn't. And here's why I say that. At least he's not going in, shutting her up and trying to tell her how she needs to do, how she needs to be. Cordell did that a lot to Portia, where she's trying to express herself. And no. I'm just saying, at least with Charles, there's a smidgen of compassion there. A smidgen.
No, it's not.
Charles,
it just manifests themselves differently. Like, Cordell was more of a hush your mouth. But the way that Charles be talking, like when she was trying to talk to him about what was going on with his family, he was like, why are you telling me this? I already told you I don't want to hear this shit. Like, he just be, and I agree with him with the Portia thing. Why you coming back and telling me? What did you say to her?
Right.
I mean, and then she tried to lie. I mean, I told her, you ain't tell her shit. You ain't tell her shit.
She did. She said in her confessional.
She ain't said to Portia.
Yeah,
Right.
but that was really all I had for that scene. Like Charles was the best part of that scene because everything else I
Absolutely.
could have dealt without.
He funny
my
and
MVP.
that
He
shit
is.
was good.
He's
I
more
like-
worried about his food.
I like
Right,
Charles.
he was
I
like,
actually
"Damn, my
like his
food burning."
personality.
I don't feel as
Me
though he's
too.
necessarily dismissive. I honestly feel like he just went through a lot with Angela and her family. I feel like Angela and her family is a lot. And at this point, he's like, look, I already told you, don't come to me with your family issues.
I don't even think he cares about it
That's
like
really what
that.
it's giving.
Seriously, I feel like he's just like my husband. Like I don't have the brain space for any of this stuff. We
Right.
said you're not talking to your sister. Why are you bringing that to me? I'll talk to my sister. I don't care about any of this. You want the chicken or nah? Okay, I don't have the time. Again, I'm sorry, but the comments lighting Sakina up.
Yeah,
That's
they
what I've been
is.
That's
laughing
what I
at
was
this
getting
whole
ready to
time.
say.
But
Because
busy,
they're
but
busy.
busy.
They y'all are cutting up
But
in these
busy.
comments.
Where have you been? The chat is always like this with her, busy.
But
I didn't know
it's
they made
worse
new
today.
names.
Today,
They're
It's
doing
worse.
something different.
when she
I
said
didn't
she
know
had
they
that
was
popping
making up
edible,
names
it
like
got
this.
worse.
They have called her everything but a child of God. And simply Sativa has gotten me.
I saw something get blunted.
They are dragging her, and I just can't let it go.
Because now they adding in,
The weed.
the weed of it all. If that is what's
That's
cracking
what's
me
killing
up.
me.
Y'all,
It's the weed.
y'all are cutting up.
I
and
did
then-
They
it.
are really
Make
are.
a video of this shit because it's so funny.
I've been cracking
All
up.
right.
the whole time.
So, all right. So I'm about to throw y'all for a curveball right quick. Yes, we got to.
Yes.
I was
Now, all
wasn't gonna say anything this time. My house. This is my first time being here, so I was just gonna shut it up. But I'm excited about this. Oh, T left. I guess he's not.
So, of course, the majority of the tweets from last night was all centered around the same thing. So, again, for this to flow, rather than us do the tweets at the very beginning, just to double back and say the same damn thing, we gonna do it here. So I got just a handful, just a couple.
A handful. Let me go to the bathroom, girl.
Now let me go to the bathroom.
Get you
So
some.
the
damn
first-
disrespectful.
You can threaten somebody with gun violence and dictate how they respond to that threat. Britt took it to the gutter, and Kenya fast tracked that bullshit to hell.
Okay.
Next tweet.
True.
So Kenya sharing internet screenshots is enough for Bravo to cease filming with her, but Britt threatening her with the gun the week prior was not concerning behavior to Bravo. Next tweet.
Were they internet screenshots?
So we don't know.
I want
Church.
somebody to find it on the internet because everybody keeps saying that it came from the internet, but ain't nobody found them yet. But go ahead.
Nobody found it.
They said that she removed them after that stuff happened,
All
They
right.
were never
So
there.
but I don't know.
both Britt and Kenya were wrong, but Britt started. Production should have reprimanded both of them. The end.
Yes.
And last tweet. Just a reminder, Tamra coaxed her daughter, her deranged son, on a drunken Gretchen. Heavenly called Greg a PDF file. Portia and Phaedra accused Candy of grape juice. Sandoval allegedly shared pictures of Raquel nude. Giselle alleged Chris tried to push up on her. Also, what is his name? Joe Gorga had pretty much was pulling up some type of video footage of Danielle showing it to the men, even though they're not being, well, actually, those men are being paid, but he did that on camera, and all of them are still employed. So, just some tweets, just to get us a little, thinking. Just a little
The
bit.
girls are delusional. I'm sorry. The girls, it's like when black men come to the internet and be like, well, they didn't like this white man up for it. Girl, wrong is wrong. And you seeing that they didn't like a white man does not make your case any better. Like, I'm sorry, what she did was not appropriate. It just was not appropriate.
we're not saying that it is, but it is pointing out the double standard that people can do like-minded things or things in that same realm, yet there was no repercussions behind it.
But that tweet should have said these people also should be fired. Not that, because it to me it seems like people are accepting what Kenya did because other people similarly did something like that and they're still in the show. Wrong is wrong. Wrong is wrong. And I don't like that.
All right, so let's go ahead and get
your mama delusional. Catherine the queen. Your mama.
It is. So let's go ahead and get to this last scene. I do want to say we've had, I believe, over 430 people. I don't know what the lights look like. I'm not going to attack y'all, but I mean, again, please like the video because this is the part that everybody came here for. So we finna get into the Kenya of it all. So
can I say something real quick before we move on about that last part?
Oh, yes, ma'am. Go ahead.
As much as it pains me, I have to agree with Busy. I hate when people try to explain by bringing up another example. Right is right and wrong is wrong. And it pisses me off when people do that. Mm-hmm. For every one of those examples that y'all can give, I could probably explain why the result was different. But it doesn't matter in this situation with these people at this time. This was the result. And I'm tired of people trying to justify bad behavior. I'm sorry. So go ahead.
All right. So we're at Kenya's hair spa.
Jesus, is that too? I know I'm going home to glory with really be believing with me.
Both got the blue.
So she the only one that do because I don't.
So we see Miss Lawrence. And Miss Lawrence says that Kenya is the reason, that, I'm gonna just say she, because I say he last. I just don't want to misgender, but that Miss Lawrence is who she is in the industry because of Kenya. Thank you for giving Kenya some flowers. Appreciate it. Britt and Kelly are coming together. Britt has flowers in the car. They're in the Sprinter coming together. Busy, I'm gonna say it. Production did that because there was no reason for that, and intentionally they were the very last ones to get there. I said it. Church. The models come out doing a hair battle contest. I'm gonna let the women speak to that in a second because I know nothing of that, but it was nice to see. It was nice to see. Drew is late as usual, but she wasn't the last one there. Cynthia wants to get the tea from Portia and Shamia. Britt and Kelly still haven't arrived. We find out that Britt aunt has died, had a stroke, on life support. She said they pulled the plug, but I want to know who the they was. She's in a weird place. Okay. And my thing is, if your aunt, I'm just trying to figure out what the timeline is because while we just hearing about it now, but it's not my business. The girls don't think Britt is going to show up, and then in walks Britt. No, Kenya is upstairs getting freshened up. Drew wants to hug Portia. They had a little talk. I don't give two dams. And I'm gonna stop there before we get into all the other stuff. So y'all want to talk about anything of what I mentioned before Kenya comes down and does what she does?
When you meant freshened up, you meant drunk, right? Because she was drinking on that. I know that bottle from anywhere.
She was,
when
she
was saying freshened up. Do you mean drunk? Because Kenya was getting drunk. She was drinking straight out of the bottle.
And
I'm just saying, that's what it was. And then Josiah, how do you feel?
I actually had my finger up before you.
Yeah, he did.
So I'm gonna learn how you feel. My apologies, because your wisdom is top notch, and I really want to know what you have to say.
Yes, absolutely. As long as you know. So, no, just kidding. So, I definitely have to say something about the Drew situation. First of all, Drew looked amazing coming in. I mean, she definitely brightened up the atmosphere with her fashion, her style, her looks. She actually
looked cute.
She showed up. She showed out. My thing is this. Portia is full of shit, respectfully, because this girl been trying to hit you up, have a grown woman conversation, and you are harboring on something for what? Portia, have a conversation with Drew. I feel like Drew had every right to bring it up at that moment. You brought it up on camera, going off on me, calling me low down and dirty on camera. Drew's bringing it up on camera at that moment, and she had every right. So kudos to you, Drew. She did that because Portia tried it. Portia
And-
Williams,
Busy.
And Drew
Busy.
lied.
I
Busy.
agree.
I'm gonna give you a second, Busy, because I see the wheels turning. But JB, go ahead.
Drew lied because Drew was talking about.
Now he taking notes.
She was saying that her and Portia talked at her birthday. If I'm not mistaken, Portia didn't go to her birthday. So when did Drew and Portia had this damn conversation? Drew came in here looking for a moment on camera.
She said
No.
after her birthday. She said
Oh,
after
after
her
her
birthday.
Did
Okay.
Portia come looking for a moment at Shamia's event when she called out Drew in front of the group?
She did. They both looking for a moment. They both in cahoots together because I think Portia and Drew cooked up this storyline with Dennis so that they both had something to talk about because Drew ain't talking about the man in the basement and Portia can't talk about that scammer she married to or filming
You
that
think
out.
so? I never really looked at it like that. I mean, you might be on to something. Be clear.
I think
don't see that.
I'm sort of on that train with you. I think that Portia knew about Dennis Drew's storyline and she was cool with it until her storyline fell apart. Because remember, Portia just knew she was gonna come back on this show and she was gonna turn it. Remember, it was Portia go body up, right? And then right before filming started, the shit fell apart. And I think that's when she had a problem because her backup plan was Dennis. And now he can't be your backup plan because he's filming with Drew. And that's when I think she had a problem with it.
Yes, I did, Cajun, and it was not great. Anywho,
I'm gonna say this.
you've said enough. You're echoing too.
It's definitely not me. It doesn't give echo over here. Never have.
Go
Charmin
Hollywood.
McBain and never has given echo. So this is what I'm gonna say. First of all, and I was trying to acknowledge the fact that Simply was the one who brought this up first, but actually now I'm not gonna acknowledge it. I agree.
Are you
with
saying simply as in me?
yes, but I'm gonna
Speak
say,
on
you
it,
know what?
please.
Right now, I see what really B and JB and T are saying. I never thought about that before, and no one has thought about that before. Very very new. I'm gonna say this to you, Josiah.
Not looking at the note.
This is the most that I've seen that wildebeest walking around with Drew, and this is where the audacity is coming from. And I'm starting to see what Portia was talking about from that last episode. Because Drew got so much mouth and so much to say when her sister's in the back with her boxing gloves, okay? Ready to attack. Her sister ain't invited to all these events. She can't be. She couldn't be. Nobody cares, okay? But every time that Drew has the audacity, it's because if you look behind her, a board with dreadlocks is right behind her. I'm getting tired of y'all trying to act like Drew is not bringing this stuff up because her sister will be somebody else. What did Cynthia's sister say when they was in the hotel? I'm gonna candy up today. She gonna learn today. Keep playing with me. This is how Drew's sister is. She's in the back waiting for somebody to pop off so she can hit somebody in the head. And that's why Drew's acting like this. I caught you. I said these things to you, girl, and you don't get on my face. I don't have time for this. You or your dragon tail sister. I'm not dealing with this right now.
Or you get so sick of people coming for you back to back. You're going to retaliate. I don't think it has anything to do with Drew's sister being in the back.
Yeah, I
Drew
don't
has been
either.
the most attacked woman on Housewives of Atlanta history since she showed up.
History.
History?
I have
No,
never
no,
seen a
history.
housewife been attacked more than Drew Sadora. Okay, she's been attacked ever since she came on season 13.
They do go hard
Marlo
on
tried to
Drew.
go
I
in
ain't
on
gonna
her.
lie.
Kenya went
Drew
in.
getting reasons
Candy
too.
went on her.
Exactly.
Everybody
For lies
went
and
in on her
delusions.
hard. So
She
You
yeah,
know
do.
what? But
But
guard
you know
yourself.
what,
All
though?
we have to say is, Drew, come outside. We're not gonna jump you. We don't need to talk to you and your sister.
But
Come
she
outside.
wasn't
We're not gonna
gonna
jump you.
talk
If you
to
want to
her.
talk, come
Where
outside.
are you getting that she was gonna talk to her and Allison? Because I never got that vibe.
Every
Yeah.
scene in which Drew at this moment, because Drew does this
We
thing
only saw Allison with her in one scene.
twice.
It
Right.
was twice.
I only saw her once.
She was
She
here tonight
was
at this event.
She
non-existent.
was
Yeah, that
at
last
she
event
was at the
when
hair
Portia went up,
care.
when Portia didn't want to talk to
Well, but
Drew.
so what? I mean, what's the difference?
I'm
Like,
telling you,
I don't
I'm
care.
about to
Like, at
tell
the end of the
you.
day, to me, don't get me wrong. Yes, Drew has brought a lot to herself. She has. Drew has brought a whole lot to herself. But I get Drew's frustration when we're cool, we're friends. Now all of a sudden you treating me like I'm some slut that wanted to fuck your baby daddy.
That's why I
And
say
why not
toxic.
just have the conversation? If you know that that ain't what that is, why not have the conversation? Like, because to me, I agree with everybody else. She wanted to address that shit down at her best friend's party, but now Drew is just all out of line and out of whack for coming to approach her with this situation. Like, I don't agree with that.
At
I
her
don't
best
agree
friend's
with that at
party, she
all.
was like, "Oh, wait, what do you mean? Y'all know how Drew do? Wait, I'm doing what? I'm bringing what?"
Yeah, because she
But
was,
now she got
they
all the
were
audacity.
friends. And Drew's whole thing was, why are you acting weird? Why are you acting like you don't know me? Why are you acting like I done did the worst of the worst? Girl, why are you acting like I fucked on your nigga? I ain't hunch on your silverback.
Well, T,
Like, what is you
I'm
upset
with
with me
you.
about?
I
And why
understand
don't you
you.
want to talk about it?
But
Like,
let's talk about it when that
busy,
lady
you
not behind
say,
you.
yeah, but busy, you was the one who say, and Yarrell do too, when something happened, you work it out and you get over it. So why is it that for everybody else, but when it comes to Portia and Drew, and like so Drew, so Portia can just decide when she wants to talk. And so then if that's the case and Drew decides to pull a Portia, would you feel the same way? Or would you feel like, Drew, you doing too much? Why can't you have a conversation? I'm just asking. Because I don't get, like, because that's a double standard too. It is.
I don't think it's a double standard. Now,
It is.
again, throughout this, even in the beginning of this episode, Portia said, "Girl, you got security. You got security. I'm my own security." For some reason, and this is just what I'm viewing, Drew comes with more audacity with her sister with her.
I disagree. And the gag is that's her fucking sister. She's supposed to. If I showed up on this scene with my big brother, as big and brolic as he is, so what? Talk all your shit. He ain't gonna do nothing to you.
But
What you scared about?
remember last season at the
Like,
reunion?
so what? That's her sister. She's supposed to have her sister back. If she don't need her as a damn sister.
That is true, but y'all remember how she was last season with cousin Courtney in that backstage? She was ready to whoop her
Like,
ass.
I'm not gonna get mad at Allison if she decided that she want to pounce on Portia's ass for her sister. Oh well.
But nah, I don't think I agree with y'all. I don't think that Drew is doing that or trying to be huffy and puffy because her sister is there. Because honestly, I don't get like the aggressive, you gonna talk to me right now tone. Drew is always confused about everything. She make them little faces because she confused about everything. That's all she doing. She ain't trying to step
she
up
makes the faces because people come for her so hard.
She bring it on herself, Josiah.
I mean, and she do. She definitely brings it on herself. But when it comes to this situation, I have no problems with riding with Drew Sidora. Yes, a lot of the stuff, I give y'all that. This situation ain't got shit to do with the rest of that fuck shit. I'm on Drew's side when it comes to Portia. She dragging it out because she doesn't have a storyline. And if we're saying we like it when people just let it go and we move on to something different, why is that any different for Portia?
Baby,
that's all I'm asking.
I moved on my damn own on my review.
Because remember on season 9, Portia was in the hot seat that whole damn season. She brought her sister Lauren on that glamping trip. She brought Todd with her.
What is Lauren gonna do?
And when they went on that vacation, yeah. So
what
it can
is
go
Lauren
both
gonna
ways.
do? Besides play background.
You never know.
That's
No,
all I
we
want to
we
say.
Or
do
the one
know.
got the
We
most
do
money.
know. She walked out of a whole restaurant with her sister. Well, I'll just leave now. Girl, we know what she's gonna do. I hear what y'all saying. I gracefully bow out. I think that Drew is coming to scenes with security, and the security is Rocky Balboa behind her and with locks.
I think that you're just intimidated by beauty success.
Sorry. Can you say that one more time?
Yes, I think you are
Okay.
intimidated by beauty and success. The successful Queen Drew.
Well,
You know
when I
you're
see
very
it, when
intimidated.
I see it, I'll know if I'm intimidated. I haven't seen it yet. I'll follow back, circle up if I
Okay,
close the loop.
so
Oh my gosh, shut up.
let's just go ahead and get to why we all here. Cause y'all doing too much. Y'all doing too much. So Kenya comes back downstairs. Actually, before I do that, let me read the super chat. So thank you, Lizgo. It says Kenya was selfish for this. The fact that she stated the salon was for Brooklyn, yet Kenya has not thought about how this could affect Brooklyn. Wanted to make sure that, again, since we're going there, try to set it up. So Kenya comes back downstairs. Britt brings her flowers to Kenya to apologize. Kenya paid her dust. In that moment, I wish she would have just maintained that. Kenya then gets everyone attention, and she starts, she's talking about how people are trying to bring her down, and she's sick of it. Britt and Kelly are already outside this point. I mean, Kenya sends the flowers out. No, I'm sorry. Britt is already outside. Kelly did go outside, came back in. She wants to send the flowers out. Kelly wants the car. Kenya said no. Kelly says that she will pay her dust, but you didn't. And then she's giving her best Maya Angelou and Still I Rise, soliloquy. She says, I don't know her because she said, you don't know me, but I did my research. And this is when she brings out placard 1, placard 2, but it was 3 that did it. Kelly, I think, leaves at once placard 1 came out. Some of the girls start trickling out after that. Shamia says to Kenya, you going too far. Kenya says, she threatened me. This isn't too far. The remaining girls leave. Cynthia tells Kenya she's bigger than this, and in a roundabout way, this really wasn't the time nor the place, which me and Terrence been singing that from the rooftop. This wasn't the time nor the place. I do want to say before I hand this off, the only rationale that I could come up with is maybe Kenya pulled this stunt to ensure this scene would get shot. But I don't know. And before I let y'all go, let me just go ahead and read a super chat from Andrea. Y'all think that the diss track will be about the right person, Wreck-It Ralph or Portia? I don't like Portia this season. I don't know.
I don't know anything about a diss track, so I don't know.
But listen, all I got is for this, and I'm a hush at this. Kenya, again, I ain't mad at what you did. But for you to take the spotlight and the shine away from you after you give this big speech about how hard you worked for this, and this has been your baby, and your hair, Carolina's been doing so good, and this is going to go down to my daughter, and blah, 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 blah. And you got everybody there saying, Kenya, Kenya, Kenya. And I'm sure a lot of people thought that this day will never come. You was able to have a chance to shit on everybody who said that you won't gonna be nothing and you won't go nowhere until you woke up and paid the damn attention. And you decided to allow Britt of all people to let you ruin your moment. That is the only thing that pissed me off about this, Kenya. Because I ain't mad at what you did, but I hate the fact that you took the moment and the spotlight away from you for her. It won't worth it. You really could have done that, had a Ponderosa on a whole nother episode down to somewhere else and just did that in front of all of the other ladies. And then that would have been a lot more better than you doing it at an event where there's total strangers there and then they seeing her sucking off a Diaga.
Exactly. And I felt the same way watching that. Go ahead, Josiah.
I literally, and not like, this is me not trolling nothing, but I almost got like emotional because the fact that this woman has went through so much on this show, and I'm serious. I'm not trolling. Like I was really like about to cry because she went through so much, and for you to do that, and for your own event, she went through, opening up her daughter's stuff and her savings account and spending it on that. She spent so much time and effort, y'all. This was such a long way coming, only for her to do that. It was cringy. It was sad. It was embarrassing, and I was just embarrassed for Kenya. And I don't know if you guys remember, but I think that Bravo, Andy, and production been having it out for Kenya a long time ago. I think either last year or the year before, Kenya was on a podcast with Carlos King, and she kind of exposed production on how they've been treating her those past few seasons. And I think that they have been having it out for Kenya. So it was just sad. It was sad. I mean, Kenya is, when you think of the Real Housewives of Atlanta, you think of Nene Leakes and then Kenya Moore. So those two definitely anchored in the franchise. Busy, these facial expressions. Can you just let a brother be emotional for 1 minute?
I just want to bring up the fact that Kenya did that interview after this happened. So I think that it's convenient for her to bring up production has it out for her after this incident.
Are you sure that was last year?
It was after. It was Carlos King, and it was after this incident. Yes.
I thought that interview was in like late 2023 or something.
Yeah, let me look.
It was Carlos. You talking about the interview she did with Carlos?
The podcast she did with Carlos, yeah.
Carlos wasn't even doing his podcast in 23, was he?
Yeah, of course.
I just feel like that was not so close, like not so soon. I don't know.
If I'm wrong, I'll admit I'm wrong. But
no. So it came out in August.
Okay, Queen said it was way before.
Yeah, that was
okay. Then I apologize. Then I apologize, y'all. I thought it was after this, so I apologize. I can.
Don't apologize. When did filming start? Since y'all Googling everything.
No, if the podcast came out in 2023, that was before all of this happened. So I apologize.
After that
I thought it was afterwards.
No worries.
That is where she went. She went to Tamara Hall after this. That's the closest we're gonna get to a confessional.
Yeah, you're right about that. That's the closest we're gonna get to a confessional. I apologize. I see y'all in the chat.
Now, I did want to say that because I know Really B wanted me to explain this last night when I put it in her chat, that I feel that production was behind all of this. Typically speaking, production is abreast to some of the stunts that the girls are going to do. Typically. That's why I was saying I felt like they knew. But to your defense, Really B, I will agree. I don't think that they possibly knew about the third, but I still think they knew about the third. They just don't want to say nothing. Because even with them having Brett and Kelly coming in, a sprinter by themselves, ain't nobody else been a sprinter. We have all of this talk. And of course, we know they have call times. It just seemed like all of this was orchestrated because they knew it was going to be a moment. They wanted to see the moment. I just don't think that production knew that it was going to play the way that it did. Now, I know we all can agree to disagree. I'm still putting this on production.
So I'm just going to say this. Production did not know. Now, y'all ain't got to believe me, but production didn't know.
Okay.
So, what I will say is, I knew it was going to hell when Kenya gave that rehearsed Megan Thee Stallion lyrics, and then she could have left it at the first two hoes. The third hoe, I was like, "Damn, girl, at your own event, like Kenya, she's giving it to Portia, she's giving it to Kim Fields. The person that I think it was the most deserving of what Kenya did to Britt is Kim Zolciak. Like, if you had done something like that to her, I'd be fine with it. But damn." You're talking about the fact that Britt is taking food out your daughter's mouth. The only person at this point is taking food out your daughter's mouth is you, because you didn't have to do this. You could have did what you did to Marlo, pulled up at an event of hers with a band, and call her all kind, whatever kind of hoe you want to call her, a $3 hoe, a $2 hoe, a prostitution whore, whatever hoe you want to call the girl. Call her that at your event, at her event, but don't do it at yours.
I was very much so I was very much so disappointed in my girl. it was a hard scene to watch, to be honest. I had the most second-hand embarrassment. I'm literally like, oh my gosh, girl, what's happening? What's happening? Because like the audience, you know, the people that were there in support of her, everybody was like, girl, what's going on? Huh? They don't know Brit. So like, I'm not gonna say they don't know, but you know what I'm saying? Like, imagine me coming, you know, having a party. And I'm looking, y'all, my audience, and I'm like, y'all, look at this hoe. Y'all had never even met her before. Like, y'all don't know her. You know what I'm saying? So it was like, this is just placed so oddly, and it was, my girl went out bad, y'all.
I want to know what T has to say about all of this. I really seriously want
bring
to
your
know.
ass
He
out.
already said what he had to say.
Oh, and Cajun, you are most definitely correct. Had that been me, yeah, I would have did way worse, and I really would have taken it way too fucking far. But I wouldn't have done it. But I wouldn't have done it at my event, especially an event that's supposed to make me money. I'm not finna do not at my event.
Are you all like
Busy,
this?
I already told you, friend.
Yeah, I know you
I
sprinkled
won't
it
mad at
throughout,
what
but I
she
want to
did.
know,
I
like,
just didn't like it then.
yeah, so this is my thing. And this is why I felt for maybe like Sakina. I felt embarrassed for Kenya because I hold her to a higher standard. Also hold myself to a higher standard. And I don't want anyone in my circle feeling like I would ever do anything like that to anyone. And there are people who are like, that's what she get. You should have printed those out, print more. And boosting up this negative energy. That is low vibration. Well, that's very low vibration work. And I would never stoop that low. Now, there's other things that she could have done to embarrass her. But you paying money to print out somebody putting their penis, and we don't even know this lady. The garden season hasn't started. We don't know who this lady is. And for everybody, you should be embarrassed for yourself, for anyone who's like, yeah, she should definitely do that. So what does that say about you and how you feel about her? Y'all tacky. I don't want anybody around me to feel like Busy Blue will ever print out photos of anyone. That's low class. I would never. And for those girls who are out here, yes, you know, I would have done worse. Y'all going to hell. Y'all going to hell. Y'all going to hell because it says something about you and your character.
Busy.
You can't do wrong to somebody and tell them how mad to get. And you damn sure can't do wrong to somebody and tell them how they supposed to get back at you. This, don't get me wrong. Team Twirl is wrong. She is. However, Brittany, that's what you get for coming up here being a fan instead of a damn cast member. So I can't feel that bad for Brittany because you went purposely looking for a reason and you got what you got. Now you upset and it's embarrassing. Well, that's why you need to leave people alone that you don't know. That's why you just should have came up here worried about you, worried about your storyline, and actually get to know people versus coming up here running off of preconceived notions. So yeah, I mean, it's bad that it happened to her, but it's a fuck her. You're a fan, and you got what fans get.
I agree with you. You can't treat someone poorly and then tell them how to react. I think what's shocking to me is that people are like, yeah, I would have done this and worse. Because if Kenya's sitting at home and she's like liking these things, girl, what does that say about you? I want everybody to know on the internet, I will never post or
so Busy
print anybody's nudes. It's
Busy.
just not my character.
So Busy, I like I said, that's part of my character. I've let everyone know that knows me that I'm a blunt, sarcastic, petty, stubborn, uncompromising asshole. And if I didn't say petty, I make that perfectly clear. I don't hide that from anybody. Like I said, I would not have done something like that at an event where it's supposed to generate money for me. I probably wouldn't even did what Kenya did. But if you think that I'm not gonna sit here and I'm not gonna go there and do some shit where, because again, my mouth is already reckless. Please don't give me time to think about a way to get your ass back.
Right.
And let's be clear, not everybody vibrates high all the damn time. So I hear what you saying. Look, if you catch me at the right time and I'm vibrating low and not just say, okay, well, fuck it. I already got time sharing hell. So let me go ahead and go down there and let me bring the party down there. Then that's what the fuck we finna do. Because again, especially with Britt watching this show, because we know she watched the show, you know what Kenya gives. Like Portia said, I feel like you came in with a preconceived notion about this woman. So you already know what this woman is capable of, yet you still decided that you was going to mess with her. And for all the people saying that, why didn't she call the police? Y'all know Bravo really don't like when things get sticky and get legal and whatnot. Plus, had she called the police, then some of y'all would have been like, Kenya ain't no real nigga, whatever. All I'm saying is, I definitely would have said and did a whole lot worse. And and here's the thing, it will probably be so bad that some of the panel probably won't fuck with you no more, which is okay. I don't care. But again, I can stand in that shit. And I've said I don't feel Kenya was right that she did it at her event. I don't give a fuck what she did. Because again, you sat here, you threw a penny at me, I picked up a boulder, and I launched that shit at your motherfucking head. It is what the fuck it is. Anybody else?
But here's the thing I will say. Kenya knew that Britt was coming at her for a moment. And then even in her speech, she said she pays her dust. But you're not paying her dust in this particular moment. Why not just pay the girl dust? Because you clearly see that she wants a moment from you. You said that at the table. You want a moment, so she let her have it. Continue to let her have the moment and don't just ignore her. I mean, not ignore the threat, but ignore the fuck out of Britt, because that's exactly what Britt wanted. Britt wanted Kenya to give her that back and forth, the Kenya that we got from season 5 through season 13. That's the Kenya that she wanted, but it wasn't the Kenya that she got until this moment.
I have a question for the panel. Oh, go ahead, Really B.
No, go ahead, babe.
I was going to ask you guys, do y'all think that I'm about to say Christian, Lord Jesus, do y'all think that Kenya wanted to like cash out on the season, like probably knowing how she just maybe felt like isolated by production? Do you think that she wanted to just end the season on purpose?
I could possibly see that.
I don't think that's how she'd want to go out though.
Not, but this is a terrible to go out.
Yeah,
I just asked that because I mean, I just don't understand the logic behind doing that at your own event. You know, you can go to anybody else, do anything and do that, and it's whatever. But like, why would you do that? Like, why would you sabotage your own event? Like you guys said, you know, you have probably investors there, sponsors there. Why would you do something like that?
Because you're seeing red and you're operating off of emotion, low vibration emotions, and no one was there to say this is not it. I'm sorry, and I feel like I go to hell at times. That I would never do anything like what she did in a circle of friends or in public. That was very distasteful. I'm sorry. It was distasteful. And I feel like I could drag a girl to her last breath. But I doing stuff like that, I hear what y'all saying. I hear what the comments are saying. I want everybody to know that's not my character. It's just not my character.
And you are a beautiful soul, and you are a better man than I will ever be.
I get what he's saying.
Go ahead, boo.
I just personally think if Kenya would have kept it where Britt came in and gave her the flowers and paid her dust, that would have been enough. That would have been enough. Having her, like Shabia said, security, she is the queen of calling security on a bitch. She really could have just kept this shit simple. And my girl took it down to the ground. And
I just feel like Kenya probably got tired. Like she came up here on a whole new leaf and the bitch still fucking with her. I just really feel like she just got tired. It became too much for her, and it not thinking of excuses for her, but I just feel like she just got tired. And I would too. Like everybody says I'm this, that, thing, and the other. I come up here on some new leaf and hit this hoe go. Like it's just it's. I would love to interview Kenya. Kenya, come up around here to give you the real tea, girl. You can tell your story around here and say what you got to say.
Manifest it.
All right. So really quickly, let me read the super chat from I think it's Christia. I think this anger came from her coming to production about the threat, and when she saw they wasn't going to do anything, she took it there.
Probably.
Yeah, and also Tara, yes, manifested, but I feel like Candy probably gonna get that interview first, Panda.
Candy
Lily
Pants, I'm
just got
sick of
something to
you.
say too. She had her hand up.
I just want somebody to bookmark this, write it down, put it in your journal. JoJo, bookmark this for the real at the end of the season. But god damn it, I agree with Busy again.
It's that I think it's that matching blue that y'all got on.
Is that what it is?
You know, they said, I don't know if y'all seen in the comments, they said why we dress like we in a gang.
Listen, I'm
Looking like
not
the Bloods
pissed
and the Crips
at
up in
how
this bitch.
Busy feels. I get Busy's feelings. Y'all know people tell me I mean all the time. Would I necessarily go out of my way to embarrass somebody in that way? No, I wouldn't personally do it. But all I'm saying is, if a person is coming for you while you're minding your business and you decide to take it there, given the situation, given the circumstances, seeing how things played out, why I would never do that, I could see why she would, why she's pissed, why she felt like she was by herself. And yeah, it was a moment, it was a messed up moment. And she shouldn't have did it, and it's gonna tarnish her. But at the end of the day, I can only be as mad at Team Twirl. The only reason why I'm upset with her was that she did it at her event. That's just how I feel.
If
That's all I
Portia
got.
still your man, go about it, leaves the event because she feels like this is way too much. You have to know your morals are off. If Portia, I'm gonna take your man, I'm gonna say that you tried to take me down to a dungeon and do something to me. Go
That's why
about
I'm
it.
not accepting it.
Leaves first.
That's
You
why I'm
have
not
to know.
accepting it.
Well,
from
maybe
Portia.
I'm not on the right page.
Nah, I'm not accepting that from Portia. I ain't
Busy,
accepted that from Portia, child.
Busy. In your contract, you're supposed to have the opposing view, so we can
I've been
all
trying my
argue.
best. I'll try my best. You
Yeah,
know what?
remember.
You know what? Love Kenya, loved her down, always loved her. To be honest, she should have printed more.
Well, I would like to think that we covered everything, right? So
We did,
before
'cause
I
we can debate
before
this
I
Hold on.
down.
before I close this out,
that.
I want to go around the room, and if anybody has any closing remarks or anything that we may have missed, I'll
Terrence
start
was
with Terrence.
Oh no, I was just gonna ask everybody, how do y'all feel the ratings are gonna be now that we know Kenya ain't coming back after this episode?
They're gonna
Do
be in
y'all
the
feel as
shitter.
though it's gonna tank or it's gonna still be the way that
They
it is?
absolutely
It's gonna
tank.
tank until they bring Fraudra on.
Oh God, I was gonna say that, and she gonna try to take credit. Y'all know.
But you know what? I don't think so. I think Fraudra. I don't think they're going to get back. I mean, they may go up, but they may get a little bit of a boost. But I think people are tired of Phaedra. I think Phaedra didn't give what people thought she was going to give on Married to Medicine, and I think people were reminded that Phaedra really don't give shit. She doesn't give a storyline. She doesn't give anything, and I just think that people were like, it was like womp womp womp. So I think it might get a little bit of a boost just to see how it plays out. But I don't think it's going to be enough to save. I think the ratings are going to suffer. Because the other thing is, I know y'all was going, when I say y'all, I mean people was going up or whatever, but I don't think people are really feeling what the rest of whatever else is going on. I think everybody was just waiting for this moment because don't nobody really care about Angela and Charles' ass. Ain't nobody gonna be really feeling Brit after this. Now we worried about we seeing Kelly maybe being a flip flopper. People gonna be mad at Cynthia because they think she's a flip flopper. Don't nobody give a damn about Portia and Drew and that bullshit storyline. Maybe the Portia Shamia thing, but honestly, at this point, I think people are kind of over that because it's like, well, we saw that coming. So,
well, let's give it some type of hope. You know, I think Drew Sidor is definitely going to carry on a couple.
Oh
episodes.
God, there he go.
The one thing I will say, the ratings aren't high right now as it is. The ratings are not.
No, they're not that great.
Yeah, and I don't think, and I love you, really, B, and I love you for agreeing with me tonight, but I don't think people were excited about Kenya. Like, I don't think people were like, I can't wait to see Kenya on my screen again. So I don't think that the ratings or the viewership will drop because from what I heard, She wasn't the main person that people were looking for. They want to know what Portia business is and what's going on with Portia and who's going to bring Portia's business up. It's good to see Kenya, but I think that more people were interested in other people's stories. I just don't feel like Kenya was that star where it's like, oh, now 500,000 people about to leave. I think people were more interested to what that hoe got going on in the house that she can't film in.
Okay, so before we get into the MVP of it all, anybody else have any closing remarks on this episode?
I do. I feel like y'all need to back off of my girl Cynthia because the internet been trying to drag her, and not even for the wigs, which is wild to me. Look, she was being the best friend she could have been, and I respect and applaud her for going to Kenya and being like, "Girl, I love you down, always love you down. This is way beneath you. I just do not see this for you, and I'll call you." I mean, Kenya was being dismissive to everybody who told her it was too low. She told Kelly to be quiet. She told Shamia to shut up because she was starting. Everybody could leave the room, to be honest with Kenya. But I applaud Cynthia going to her and being like, "Girl, love you down, love you dearly. This is not it. And I'll call you and we can possibly talk," which we're learning in these interviews that she hasn't been able to communicate with her. But girl, this is not it, sis. And if you would have called me, I would have told you it's a hell no for me. This is not it. So I need y'all to back off of my sister Cynthia because I feel like she was doing what a real friend should do. Girl, this is not the time. This is not the place. This is not the moment. It's your moment, and these pictures are not it.
I just wish somebody would have did that in the moment. I wished all of y'all just would have hog-tied Kenya's drunk ass up and carried her ass into the bathroom until she got control over herself.
Mhm.
That's really what I wished a lot of y'all would have did, since y'all real good friends with Kenya. Because I'm telling you, if that was me, Scotty would have picked my big ass up and tossed my ass into the bathroom. Bitch, get your life. The hell is you doing?
Exactly.
And JoJo, they both cussed me out. What is you doing?
We would have grabbed you so damn quick off that stage.
Yeah, see, if it was them two, it wouldn't even went that far. They would have been jumped in there.
Yes, really be. Go ahead.
Oh,
No, they just fine.
Yeah.
So let me share a little bit of tea with y'all. And y'all don't have to believe me. How many people in the room right now, y'all?
So we have 464 and like 240 likes. Just gonna throw that out there.
Okay, so it's 460 people in the room, and y'all don't have to believe what I'm about to tell y'all. But let me share some tea with y'all because I actually just got a message while we were talking. So let me put a little stuff in perspective. According to my source, and this is the same source who gave me the information about Kenya being fired back in June that didn't nobody believe me about, but I told y'all anyway. You're right about the call sheet having Britt and Kelly get there late. We know that that's production because we know that they control what time these people arrive at events. There was supposed to be a verbal altercation. That was what was understood, which is why the ladies were kind of standing around. That's why you saw Britt go up to Kenya, because then there was supposed to be a back and forth. That was a part of what they thought was going to happen. And when I say they, I mean production. However, and this is, y'all ain't got to believe what I'm about to tell y'all. I've been saying this since June. Those pictures came to Kenya. Anonymous. Well, I'm going to say anonymous. I'm going to leave it at that. Those pictures Kenya did not find those pictures on the internet. Those pictures did not come off of the internet. Those pictures were sent to Kenya from an anonymous source, and she chose to use those pictures. Production did not know about those pictures. They did know that there was supposed to be some sort of confrontation between the two ladies. That is what was supposed to happen. Let's just call a thing. When the investigation happened, Kenya originally, T Dollar, I'm telling you what I know, but okay, you ain't got to believe me. I don't give a fuck. When there was an investigation, Kenya originally lied and told them the same thing she told everybody else. Oh, they were on the internet. It was public information, yada, yada, yada. That's not true. And that is why Kenya was not on the rest of the season. Had those pictures come from a public site, maybe. But because they did not come from a public site. Now, again, don't nobody have to believe what I'm telling y'all. I'm giving y'all the information that I was given from people. Britt did lie. Y'all not understanding. Britt did lie. But that didn't matter because of what Kenya did. What Kenya did is bigger than what Britt did. And I'm going to tell you why what Kenya did is bigger than what Britt did. Because Britt got a lawyer. Now, y'all can do with that what y'all want.
I can say
no. Yes, JB, go ahead. Busy will get you after him.
Yeah,
I do agree with what Busy said about people coming at Cynthia. Cynthia was telling Kenya the real deal, whereas you got people like Akila on social media defending what Kenya did. That's not a real friend, but everybody's trying to sit there and say Akila's a real friend to Kenya. No, the real friend was Cynthia telling her, "Now, girl, this wasn't it. Like, this is about your event, and you just completely overshadowed your event with talking about a no-name person, showing them sucking dick. Like, no, ma'am."
Busy.
I was only going to say that I agree with Really B because I also have the same knowledge of everything that happened from someone who's at an event and someone who's on production. So I
got my information from somebody on production. So
yeah, I have the same knowledge. So Really B is telling the truth about those parts.
Mean, I guess I still don't trust production. I still do not trust production, and I still don't trust shit that come out of production mouth. That's just honestly how I feel. I don't trust them. I don't trust it. Like, this whole thing just should have never damn happened. Bravo is still all your fault. Quit hiring fans. I don't give a fuck about none of that. It's your fault.
Okay,
Bravo
no, T.
and production. Stop hiring fans.
T, when do you get to a point where if the show's been on for 16 years, who do you hire? Like, honestly, if the show's been over, because I love
anybody
Drag
but
Race,
fans, busy. You
didn't
mean to tell me out of all of the influential women that live in Atlanta, they had to pick Britt, a fan? That's all I'm asking. Like, I just really felt like there was so better people versus a fan. We still don't know what the hell she do. We still trying to figure out is her business really a damn pyramid scheme?
And then she actually
it's just I hear what you're saying, but no, I don't want no fans. I want a woman who actually has something, who actually got something going on, who actually can bring us something. Not a fan.
Now, T, I will say we got a fan on Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. She played the whole entire season.
Oh Lord!
She played the whole entire season like she wasn't a fan, but we get to the reunion and she reveals that she watched the season prior to filming. So I get what you're saying, but like Busy said, how do we know how we gonna go this many years without hiring fans?
All right, so everyone, please don't be mad. Your boy got to go to bed. So anyway, let's go ahead and get to the MVP of the week. All right, so I guess I'll go ahead and start off. And right now, Really B, this is where I gotta agree with you. My MVP was Charles. That's it. That's all. It was Charles.
That's my MVP too, Charles.
No tea, no shade. He was mad too.
JoJo.
Nobody.
Damn. He pulling the meat.
I did not like this episode.
Okay, so I mean, we already know, but Really B.
Charles.
JB.
Charles.
Busy.
Kelly had her friend back. She defended herself. She defended her friend. I look at Kelly as someone I would want to be friends with. Like y'all doing too much. She
You want
was
to be friends with a liar?
liar strike. I don't care as long as she having my back, girl. I don't care. So yes, call her a liar, JP. But if my friend's in a room with two girls and she's like, I didn't hear that, you need to get it together. Defend me, ho. Okay, and then come back to me and tell me I was wrong. But I think Kelly was the MVP. She stood up after that second poster board was shown, and she said, "Girl, I've hold, you've hold, we all hold. We ain't doing this mess, and not with my friend." Kelly was the MVP. She showed up for her friend behind her back.
That Kinko's is the MVP.
Right, I seen that.
I saw that.
All right, so Sakina, who is your MVP?
Y'all gonna be mad at me, but Portia. And that's because
take her out, take her out, take her off, take her off.
And that's because
it's the weed.
I really liked how she supported and defended Kenya in this episode. Kenya needed some type of support. Portia, when it came down to who, her, what, the only person I'm giving the benefit of the doubt, and just like you're not even in a factor in this, is Portia. Because Drew, Shameen, and Kelly was right there when she said something about the gun initially. And then I don't know. I think Angela might have possibly heard it once she said it again when they were outside.
Portia said she didn't know in the car. Huh? She said what?
Yes, but that's what I'm saying. Out of everybody, Portia is the one who I would give the most benefit of the doubt to and actually believe that she didn't hear it. Everybody else was in proximity.
You can't tell a criminal to come to me and tell me anything.
Anyway, like I said, yes, Kenya needed somebody to be on her side, and Portia was that person. And she was the one who who was most likely to not even hear the shit.
Should have been her Salon, but
all right. So with
my MVP, like I said, is Chaz. We can get rid of her and we can keep Chaz because I live for the lead, honey.
Charles, and I want him to cook a meal for me, like Charles,
right? Because you be frying the hell out of chicken, Charles.
Your chicken golden brown, good. I want the recipe.
Me too. Like, you need to make a cookbook, sir. I bet.
Okay,
I don't want no cookbook. I want a plate.
Exactly.
So at this point, I would like for everyone to go around, let the people know what y'all have going on. We'll start with Josiah and work our way around.
Yes, guys. Like I said, I'm just getting back. It's my birthday weekend, so I'll be 31 on Sunday. So I'm excited.
You'll be what?
I'll be 31 this Sunday.
Ain't he a baby? He's such a baby. That's my boo.
Why you look like that? Is that shade, Phaedra? But anyways, and I'll be dropping some videos this week, so stay tuned.
Really, B?
Listen, we have Housewives, Atlanta, and Beverly Hills. Y'all know, Married to Medicine. My last review will be tomorrow sometime, child, to finish up that season. Y'all know we do the Whether You Like It or Not Beverly Hills edition on Wednesday night for the next 3 weeks while we finishing up this season with them. Y'all know I do Raising Kanan, Love After Lockup. I don't know how the fuck y'all got me into doing that again. Never Ever Meets. Don't know how y'all got me into doing that bullshit. And of course, Beyond the Gates, we do a panel with JB, who is up here tonight, and Scotty, where we discuss, we do a weekly roundup of Beyond the Gates. So yeah, that's what I got going on, child. And of course, your celebrity news and gossip, during the week, whatever.
Sakina.
I didn't know it was my turn. Real Housewives of Atlanta, my review is up right now. Later this week or in 2 days, whatever. I think I film Beverly Hills on Wednesday. Don't it come on Tuesday nights?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But yeah, that'll be up on Wednesday, and that's it. Those are the only 2 shows I'm reviewing right now because, like I said, leave me alone.
Izzy.
First of all, the contrast between the ghetto shows and the non-ghetto shows that really be is covering is crazy to me. She in the hood, but she's here doing highlight, but then she's like, "We in the hood now, baby," and it's crazy. I'm not doing anything. I'm doing more content for members only. So outside of that, you'll only see Real
But you
Housewives.
said OnlyFans. You doing your OnlyFans? You said.
Yeah. Well, sorry, that too. So I'm doing my OnlyFans, but that's a separate app. And you can, yeah, y'all would love to see what's going on slanging over here. But outside of that, it's giving 14. But outside of that, on
what?
You know what? I'm tired of y'all on this app. But outside of that, I'm not.
All right, JB.
Oh shit. Oh shit. So for me, I got Real Housewives of Atlanta. Marriage to Medicine is done, thank God. Beverly Hills, the Beverly Hills panel. Then I do Abbott Elementary. And I'm adding the show Paradise that was on Hulu. They just started airing it on ABC. I do Love After Lockup.
What is that about?
Paradise?
Yeah.
You didn't watch Paradise?
No, I didn't.
Read the TV guide, nigga. Go read the TV guide. Moving on.
Yeah. So yeah, I do.
What do you need? TV guide? Be so for real.
That's how old she is.
Right.
She said,
That's how old I am.
That's how
you
old I am. The newspaper? It was in the newspaper.
So I'm gonna do that. I do Love After Lockup, and I'm for some odd reason I'm gonna do the Never Ever Meets because I'm so interested in this Charlie girl that I've been hearing about. So I just want to. She is trifling, so.
Really, B made me never not want to watch that show. So is it good?
I'm just hearing about this girl Charlie who was pregnant going on this show, and then tell the man that she had other kids besides the one, besides one.
Oh, I watched one Billy B review and I said I'll never watch.
Guys trying to go to bed.
Terrence, what you got going on?
This panel on Mondays, the Chasing panel with Scotty on Thursdays. I'm reviewing this show, Married to Medicine. Married to Medicine is over, thank God. I am doing the Never Ever Mets. I cussed Charlie ass at. I am doing Love After Lockup. I put that on the second channel. And whatever news, gossip, and whatever comes up, you'll get that.
All right. So first off, remarks complete. Second off, look, y'all, I really am tired. I told them backstage, but yesterday I don't know what I ingested, but I was violently throwing up the entire day to the point where I was dehydrated, couldn't lay on my back because my stomach was cramping up to make me want to throw up again. So really couldn't sleep, and then for like 3 hours straight, every hour on the hour, Jasmine is sitting here tap dancing for the Lord in her damn cage, and now she want to go outside. I got all of 2 hours of sleep. Got up, went to the gym, worked out, went to work, and now I'm here doing this. So it's not put on. And I ain't gonna lie to you, I ain't gonna hold y'all. If I wasn't hosted, I wouldn't even been here tonight. But anyway, that is all we have. Thank you all so much for coming along, watching. Thank y'all for the super chats, the engagement. Please leave Sakina alone. Okay, she living her best life, ain't going back and forth with you ninjas. And with that being said, we will be at JB's house for Beverly Hills this Wednesday. We will be at who got it next week? Sakina's. And with that being said, we love on y'all. If y'all been drinking, like I said, don't be like her and call an Uber, whatnot, clangity clank.
Drinking, driving.
Now how she get in this?
Oh wait, can you give us an update? I think you should give us an update every whether you like it or not. Pan, how's she doing? Do we need to send her top ramen?
Again, good night, y'all.